Okay, so when it doesn't start, what happens? Does it crank over nice and strong and not start, or does it not crank over at all?
It doesn't crank over at all. But you can jump it and it'll start right up.
Oh, really? Okay. So do you know
Yeah.
what the battery voltage is at when this happens?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what the battery voltage is at right now, or when this happens?
It's a 12.
Okay.
But I like I said, I changed the alternator because it would drop down to like 1 and 2, but it would go back up to 14.
Mm-hmm.
It would just once I changed it, I can put the voltage meter on it and it stays steady at what was it, 14.13. And I had it on there for about 5 minutes just to make sure.
And this is at the battery?
This is yes.
Okay. And did you check the cables and connections?
Yes.
Okay. Did we load test the battery?
No, I didn't load test it.
Based on what you're telling me, you got a bad connection at the battery, or you have a bad battery.
Okay.
Because the only thing that you're doing when you jump, you supply power to the battery, and all of a sudden it starts working. So it wouldn't be a bad fuse block. It wouldn't be a blown fuse. It wouldn't be a bad computer because all that stuff is still the same. The only thing you've done differently is you supplied the battery and the cables and connections with voltage. So either the battery itself is bad or we have a bad connection at the battery.
Why is it okay when it sits overnight, but when it's only shut off for a short period of time, does it? That's what confuses me.
So without being there running some tests on the vehicle, it's hard to say exactly what's going on. But from my 20 years experience tells me that temperature is a huge factor in resistance. So which will affect the cables and connections or even the battery. So it may fail under certain conditions or certain temperatures. Same thing with the battery cables or connections. Sometimes, engine grounds or frame grounds will do that. They'll only act up under certain conditions. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me one bit. That's what electrical components do when they fail. We just got to figure out, if it's, the battery or if it's the cables or connections. So what you can do is you could start by load testing the battery, and then if you want, you could load test it when the engine's not acting or when it's not starting, and then I guess you can reload test it when it is starting, and then compare the readings, see if there's any difference.
Okay.
Does that answer your question, my friend?
I hope so. If it solves the problem, then yes, it answered my question.
Well, right now you don't have any other questions for me. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, and let me know if anything comes up. You can just reply back online. I'll be happy to help. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.